Welcome back to the allotment. It's Saturday the 24th of April. We've come down to do a few jobs today. The last sort of big frost I think is probably just about over. So I'm going to start with the potatoes, and more of my tender stuff is at home. I've just started today popping them outside for an hour, starting to harden them off, and I'll do that through this week before I start putting things out. But today down the allotment, we've come down, everything's quite dry, so we've given everything a good water. We've also brought down some more boxes of topsoil, so this soil improver. So I went to Alconbury and got another 5 boxes of this, and I did actually do 2 runs. I got 5 for home and I've got some more for here. So you can see over there I've topped up the beds a bit more, just keep it topped up. So the main things we're going to do today is we've done the watering, topped up the beds, a bit more of that to do. We've got our potatoes. So I've got my first earlies. So I've got some Maris-barred first earlies, which I'm going to put in 2 beds, the 2 first beds. And we've got our second early Charlotte and our main crop Picasso. So I've also made these tags. So this year, so I remember which one's which. I've made these laminated, just card laminated, and I'm going to nail these to the beds, just so I remember which one's which this year, because I kind of forgot last year. And I've got some for other things as well. I've got some for my onions and beans and peas and all that sort of stuff. So I've got my hammer. I'm just going to hammer some little nails in. Also got my secateurs to cut the tree back a little bit, just a couple of bits that are hanging over the paths and stuff. So I'm going to get the potatoes in. I'll show you where I'm going to plant them in a moment. So the first 2 beds on the far side, we're going to have our first earlies in. So I'm going to put those in those. I've got about 18 seed potatoes for those, so I'm going to put 9 in each. I've got a bit more of the second earlies, so I might plant some at home as well, but most of them are going to go in these 2 beds. And then the third row of our main crops, have them in there. And then at the back there, I think we've got courgettes planned for the imaginary bed over there that's going to be very soon. And I think that was for kale or something. I'll have to check my plan. So we're going to plant these 6 beds up today. I've just tacked these little signs, little laminated signs on the ends. So I've got one on each of the ends. You can see one over there as well. And I'll do the same on each bed as I plant things that I'm not sure what they are. And I've just laid out the potatoes. So I've got 9 in each bed. 9 in that one, 9 in that one. Nice and spaced out so they can grow lots of lovely potatoes. They're supposed to be about 20 centimetres apart. So that's a good, they're probably more like 30 odd there. I might even bring these ones in just a little bit. And they're going to get about 10 centimetres down, so I'll just bury them down. I've got some more of the soil to put in this bed, so I'll top that up as well. So I'll plant them down and I'll show you those. So I've got the first earlies in the first 2 beds and covered them over. I've also done the second early in these 2 beds. So I've got 9 in each of those. And then in the last 2 beds, I've got 9 of the main crop in each bed. So I've just got them on the top at the moment. I've just spaced them out equally, and I'm going to bury those, put down about 10 centimetres. All 6 beds are planted up now. So there's 9 in each bed. So they're all ready to go. What I'll do is, as they come up, I'll be putting grass clippings over the soil to mulch it and to cover up the little shoots as they come up. I did that last year and it worked really well, so I should try and do that again. And if I don't have enough grass clippings, I can always get some more soil improver and top it up. That's all them done. And up this end, next ones to do is this bed. This is going to have kale in. I've got 2 types of kale to go in. I've got some red kale and some dwarf green kale, so I'll put a few in here, probably about 9 plants again, and I'll do that. And then the courgettes at home, I'm gradually acclimatising them outside, and in the next week or so I'll build another bed there, and I'll get 2 courgettes in there, and we'll have 2 plants at home. That's all that side, so that will be that side full. And then on the other side we've got our garlic. Jana's just watering. We've got our broad beans. They're doing okay, starting to come up a bit bigger. We've got onions. We've got 3 beds of red onions. So they're getting a lot bigger now. And then we've got 1 bed of peas that hasn't quite come up yet, but we'll see if they come up. Last job I finished today, I've also put the labels on each of the potato beds, so I know which variety are in each. So I put one on the corner of each bed, you can just see on each one. So this year I won't forget which one's which, and I'm going to put the same labels on the other beds as well, just so I know what's in where, and what varieties they are. So that's it for today down the allotment. I've still got all our seeds going at home, doing really well. Got the kale, the courgettes. I need to start the beans and the pumpkins, small pumpkins and some squash. But I'll be doing that in the next week or so, and probably next weekend now, I think. Yes, I'm glad. Hope you enjoyed that, and I look forward to seeing you soon.